Hey guys, welcome to Drop Dice. We're starting a little bit late today, but we're back again for Star Wars: Force and Destiny. This is episode 2, which of Shadows of the New Republic,
Yeah.
and this episode is called Dark War. It's been about 5 years since episode 1. The crew's more experienced, yet at the same time, the First Order has grown more aggressive. All-out war is only a matter of time, and the crew themselves has been assigned to Mandalore in attempts to create a peace treaty with the Mandalorians and secure some mercenaries for the war effort. Jedi Master Sona's vision has returned, and he has begun training the team and some older Force talents and powers and things like that. So they've gotten a little stronger, and unfortunately Noten Renn is looking for revenge and has a plan for the crew, which we'll probably see inside this episode. So let's go down the line and just kind of introduce everybody again and just quickly say who your character is and explain to us what happened during your 5-year training montage. We'll start with Nim.
All right, well, Nim is the Chatter fan, or Bat person, since I don't have a picture up right now. He is an ace pilot who is also best friends with everyone in this group. I'm hoping that 5 years
at the same time.
I'm hoping that 5 years working together has let some people understand me now. And he's been taking whatever job he can for the rebellion the last 5 years. He started off as a rookie ace, and he's really coming to his own, and he's become a dependent upon pilot for the resistance. Sorry.
Okay. So, Jeremy, you want to go next?
Dayton here. The better side of the brothers again. And unlike my brother who decided to, he'll tell you during his story. I polished up on a little bit on my fighting, just a tiny bit, I made sure to also spend some time learning a little bit more of the Force, but that's not my thing. Sadly, I have picked up on some of the cues of what that bat thing says, but I never let him know that.
You spent 5 years pining after Noten Renn's gun.
Yes, I didn't want to say it.
Okay. Next, Murdoch, you want to do yours?
I'm the better brother. And, as my brother sharpened with the Force, as did I trained with the newfound Jedi, learning the ways of the Jedi. I am working diligently as a good Padawan should. However, I have not let the street out of me yet. Tiernan is still using his cunning. However, he's been told that he's more of a Jedi Sentinel in the past, as what we would have been called in the past, and my master has harnessed that. I have also learned a greater understanding of the Force and can now use several Force powers, however weakly that may be. Also, buy Guns of Icarus online. Continue.
No.
No, it's ruined now. I'm signing off. Yeah. I play Kovacs, the Zoltan commander. In the past 5 years... Yeah. Is that my species? I can never remember. I believe it's Zoltan.
No.
It's on your screen. It ducks.
Screw it. They call it Zoltans now.
It says writing your name. Look at your thing you put up.
I can't. It's backwards for me.
Just click the thing to change it from being backwards, dick nuts.
Or read it backwards like a man.
Anyway, in the past 5 years, he was trying to get as far away from combat as possible. He started looking into becoming a squadron commander stationed somewhere on like the outer fringe of the galaxy where it's boring and safe. Unfortunately, he happened to stumble upon a First Order sneak attack by pure accident and managed to fix it again by pure accident and luck, thus increasing his rank in Alliance intelligence and thus ever cementing his position in danger.
Which Nim happily carries him to every time.
Yep.
I speak Bat, but again, like my brother, I don't let him know it.
Okay. Then Tiernan is fully aware that that Nim thinks he's best friends with Tiernan.
Oh yeah, I know. I still scream, shut up, Bat.
Can't let
Bat
that
is just an endearing term he uses with me.
That's just a nickname.
Exactly, I have a nickname now.
Everybody has nicknames.
Like that the Bat is eternally optimistic.
It's like Top Gun.
It's so out of character for Brendan normally, and I love it.
Hey man, words can't
Call
get him
sign,
down.
like in Top Gun.
Huh?
I have a call sign like in Top Gun.
We're not going to Earth in this game.
In this game.
Yeah, the Children of the Green Planet brought back one movie with them from Earth, and it happened to be Top Gun.
It's funny because I could easily believe that. Top Gun is everywhere.
Of all the cultural things to take back with them, they took Top Gun.
Pretty good choice.
It's a terrible choice.
Everybody, the entire universe is.
They just think
now,
humans are a bunch of like
No.
plane
The entire
pilots.
universe is mesmerized by by volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
What is this strange alien game?
They think that during volleyball, humans play in slow motion.
Like, and yeah.
Jesus, they got a super advanced copy of Top Gun, by the way. Like 4 years early. I'm totally cool with this.
It was still being edited.
Yes. So it's like the rip of Wolverine, the first one?
Yeah.
Just had no special effects inside of it? Yeah.
Yep. It's exactly what it is. You can
It's
see the
stock-
cable that holds the volleyball for the slow motion scenes.
There's a, it just says stock fighter footage here.
Mm-hmm. All right, so like I said, you guys have arrived on Mandalore, the planet, and this is where things get fun. You are meeting with the Mandalore, the person, to finish up treaty negotiations. Leia has sent you here because you've proven yourselves to be reliable in the past, and she believes that Sona's history with the Old Republic would be beneficial, as he used to be a Jedi that commonly set up different treaties and things like that. He was more of a peacekeeper than anything. You've learned that Sona himself is actually a counselor. And you now have a Rusan crystal lightsaber, correct?
Yes.
I believe he does, yeah.
Perfect.
I have a full lightsaber, last you said.
Yep. Which, excuse me. Which, by the way, is Rusan crystals, which are pretty much extinct at this point, just so you're aware. Sona's pretty much led the negotiations. You guys have been here on more or less vacation, your first real vacation in like 5 years. Because on Mandalore, peace is kind of settled. Basically, whenever there is a Mandalore, the ruler, in charge of Mandalore, the planet, peace settles because the tribes all venerate the Mandalore, the person. And because of that, this Mandalore has not officially declared tribal warfare again, because he believes that the planet needs to go through a restoration period. You know that the Republic is offering aid by sending some of the people from the Hapen galaxy that managed to get out or lost their homes in the destruction, I should say, by sending some of them as refugees to help till land and reculture the planet. You know that the Mandalorians are pretty stuck on what they call the Reslinar, which is their code of conduct and what defines them as a culture. The Mandalore has requested that the people that come here basically understand and respect the Reslinar, even if they do not necessarily follow it. They'll be given a republic or a new Republic Senate person that will be in charge of them, which has not been assigned just yet. And they'll be living in a colony to kind of help establish different agricultural needs. Mandel Motors has been started up again, which it's been a couple hundred years since that plant has been down, simply because it's good money. Mandel Motors are well known for their durable ship parts and ships. And this is Mandalore the Invincible, who you'll be talking to.
Okay.
But right now we're going to start with a little bit of a vacation scene to kind of set the tone. Let's start with Kovacs. What is Kovacs doing to enjoy his time on the temperate, welcoming planet of Mandalore? By the way, that's a joke. Don't go out in the forest. It's not welcoming at all.
Okay. Are there beaches?
Yes.
Recreational beaches, not filled with monsters? Had to be sure. That's where I'm going to be hanging out. It's like lounging back in a chair in a Speedo, sipping a fruity alcoholic drink.
I like that Kovacs is a Speedo man.
Hey, his species is sexy human. He has to rock the Speedo.
Okay. Let's go over to Tyrion. Tyrion, what are you doing before the final meeting is called?
Reviewing Mandalorian history.
Okay. By reading through Mandalorian history, you gather that there is actually a strong evidence of, like many other things, history repeats itself on Mandalore, and it tends to be pretty crappy for them, is what you've read. Essentially, the Mandalorians almost always get convinced that going with the dark side is a good plan, and then they almost always get crushed into near non-existence. Then they build themselves back up, have a couple clan wars, which is also kind of a bad idea, but they believe is a good idea because it thins the herd from the weak ones. And then Darksiders slip in, take them at their peak, and crush them back down.
Yet they still live.
Mm-hmm. You also find that there is a strong tradition of, during times like this, where they're in a reclamation period, trying to rebuild the planet, that mercenary work becomes legal. And in fact, mercenary work is considered unfavorable unless approved by the Mandalore, which is actually a huge cultural thing.
Okay. Does it say how to act and negotiate? Like, can I determine how to act in negotiations with Mandalorians? Should I take a power position, keep them waiting, sit at the head of the table?
Yeah, absolutely. It does. It basically has negotiations that it basically states that when you go through negotiations with them, which this is going to give you a boost die when you negotiate, that you should present your case clearly and firmly, and that they will present their case clearly and firmly, and then it is considered common practice to have an open discussion of how both can be achieved. When you are at the table, you are attempting to achieve their goals, is how you make yourself portrayed, while they are attempting to achieve your goals. Whereas a normal human negotiation, you present your side and then you wean back on your demands to match their demands. Instead, you're arguing for their case. It's kind of a backwards system. but it's meant to show mutual respect.
Okay. Does it say, like, do I get the sense of I need to project power and that I'm better than these people, or is it arrive on time, arrive a little early, show proper respect? How is it?
Yeah, it's more along the lines of like you see the line in there, if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late.
Okay.
That you should show respect. That it's not expected of you to use titles. However, your speech should be in a respectful tone. And it is considered common practice that if you go to a clan's home, that you accept a tour of the home, and it is considered polite to compliment the home on at least one particular aspect. Usually, what you've seen is like if you're going to the Scarata clan household, who happen to be farmers, more importantly than they are other things, complimenting their farmland would be appropriate because that's what they pride themselves on.
Okay. And then that's what I do.
Okay. You also find out that that the Mandalore himself is part of the clans. However, once he ascends to the Mandalore title, he gives up his place in a clan.
What's the current Mandalore?
That is Mandalore. I think I said Invincible.
It was Invincible.
Yes, I did. And you'll find out something about one of the clans in particular, which is, let me find the clan list here. Here we go. Clan Braylor, which the current Mandalore is from. They are from the hill fort town of Norgbral, which is on Mandalore itself. They have a Beskar or a Beskar mine, and they are known for Beskar craft, which you learn is the armor of their people. You'll also learn that it does have properties that allow it to inhibit lightsaber damage.
Okay.
Since you chose to do research, you get a bunch of fun stuff. Dayton, I take it you're not as productive?
First, I look to see if there's any mercenary work.
Yes. There's actually quite a bit of it on the planet and off the planet and kind of the local area. You will notice that the government does take a tithe from your acceptance of missions. Basically, you pay to accept a mission, and then you get the pay rewarded back to you. So there is an initial investment that happens. You've done a couple of smaller ones, like go clear out some mongrel monsters that are out in farmlands and things like that.
Yeah.
And you usually, like the smaller ones, it's like 10% of what the reward is. So if you were going to get 1,000 credits, you'd pay 100 credits to get that assignment, essentially. Yeah. And because you've been working with it, you'll notice that the government does take that money, and it's put into basically like city funds and beautification projects, land restoration, and things like that. You have actually seen a Mandalorian that was using the funds for other means. He was actually taken out of office and replaced, and the man was executed. It is considered an offense equivalent to high treason to basically steal that money from the government. And once caught, it was not a good day for that guy.
All right. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. That, and if I'm not actively earning credits, I'm probably getting drunk,
Okay.
traveling to different taverns or bars, always trying to see the local people. That's how
Um,
I gather evidence of different people.
Totally fine. You'll realize something that is more about the culture than necessarily the structure of how things are done then.
Hmm.
One of the things that you'll notice is the family unit is considered far more important than necessarily the government unit, as far as how the planet is run.
Yeah.
There are families that participate in certain aspects of the government, like the Spar family is known for their contributions to the mercenary portion of the government, like handling the different job assignments and things like that. And it's considered a pride point for them. When you go to bars, it's not like big fancy bars like on Coruscant. These are like if you were to go to like a pub, and
Yeah.
it's the local village gathers there 6 o'clock every day. They have a couple drinks. Some of them eat there. Most of them go home and eat at home. You've been welcomed into homes because of your work. Like when you cleared out some of the dog-like creatures that were tearing up plants at a farm. You've been brought into a home, and the homes are mainly like a soft stone, kind of like an adobe kind of style house, and yurts that are made of different animal skins or leaves and things like that are available. It kind of depends on what region of the planet that you're on, and the planet does kind of run the gambit. It's similar to Earth in a lot of ways,
Okay.
but it has a wider temperate range.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty much how it is for me.
Okay. And what does Nim do?
Well, before that, each of you should tell me how you managed to get Nim to go away.
Hmm.
And I'll figure out what he wanted to go do.
I like that.
Are you going to start with your best friend?
No.
Yeah.
Start
I
with
imagine.
start with best friend Kovacs first. We're gonna go in order.
Yep.
Hmm. Let's see here. I'm going to assume that at first he wouldn't shoo him away, but at some point women became involved. He's like, hey, buddy, you go get us some drinks. And when he turned around, he was gone.
He just got ditched at the bar. He's like holding 2 drinks, like.
I truly feel that he sits there and like just actively finds Kovacs like 3 days later and is like, "Here's your drink."
Yeah. Okay. You'd go to Tiernan next. Well, I imagine I find buried in a book, or not book, but his tablet.
Murdoch, he's going to you next.
Yep.
Is that your
Okay,
response?
I
Just
get it.
He stays quiet.
I'm in books. I'm ignoring him.
See, that doesn't get rid of him.
So do you eventually get bored and walk away on your own, or are you just going to be drifting around inside the library because Tiernan did not technically
No,
get rid of you?
I realize I haven't seen Dayton for a while, and he might be lonely.
So you track Dayton halfway across the planet on this little island that has like just one little village in it.
Hi, Dayton.
I look at you. This, out of all the planet, what are you doing here?
We're on vacation.
I just want to say this out of character. I wonder if anybody's realized I'm speaking back to him and answering him.
It's the only way you'll get rid of him.
Yes. And tell me, do you like fighting? Do you like hunting down, for money? Do you like
No,
seeing
but
blood and guts?
no, but is
Then
that
you're
what
on
you
the
like to
wrong.
do?
You're on the wrong kind of vacation. Look, I can't be showing little ones this kind of gruesome violence. Go to Kovacs. He's more family friendly.
He got lost. I can't find him.
You found me halfway across the planet. Look, why? How'd you lose him?
Well, I went to get him and some other people drinks, and then he disappeared.
How many people?
How many ladies was it, Tom?
2. All right. I asked the bartender for 3 of the strongest stuff, and then I will give it to him. There, look. Now go find him. He's thirsty. He wouldn't have asked you unless he cared.
I may be friendly, but I'm not stupid.
Then you have
I
3
get it.
beers and you can do it yourself. I gotta get going, and I'll get up and leave.
Okay. Nim will skulk back to his ship and fly back to the spaceport. What he's going to do with his vacation time is tinker on the ship, and when he gets lonely doing that, he'll walk around the spaceport, meet other pilots and mechanics, and do mechanic-y stuff with the Mandalorians.
But here's the cool thing: do you get drunk from the 3 strong beers I gave you, and then do all that?
Probably.
So you wake up like the next day inside the bar by yourself.
Everybody's your best friend.
Well, that's just my natural setting.
So the real question is Nim an angry drunk?
He's already a friendly drunk all the time.
Exactly.
So you guys have been basically vacationing while Sona's been taking care of the negotiations. Tiernan, I assume, would have made it for some of them, if not as many as he could.
Yeah, I would have tried to advise him.
Yeah, absolutely. You've been to a couple, and Mandalore the Invincible, he's kind of a... As you've learned the negotiation tactics, he actually enjoys speaking with you because Sona is not as familiar with the culture as you've become, and Sona's actually allowing you to take a little bit more of the negotiation seat. He's more or less advising you and kind of coaching you through the whole negotiations because you've taken the initiative to kind of learn a little bit more.
Okay.
This is the day of the treaty signing, which you know that Sona will be signing on behalf of the Resistance and the New Republic, essentially.
Before I forget, should we roll force die for
Yes.
the game session?
Uh-huh.
1 die, right?
Yep.
God damn it again!
I told you, man. We're not we're not light users.
Fuck you all. We all suck at this.
Hold on.
Oh Jesus.
Yes. We're waiting for Tom.
I got 1 light side. I use my phone.
Tom is our saving grace.
I
Why
think
did you the?
I think it was the last time too.
Even the bat right here is darker than you.
Well, yeah, you all just treated him like shit.
Whoa! I did not.
Tom,
I
did you
tried
get
to
light?
figure out.
Yeah, 1 light side.
Okay.
Wonder what it says about us that the.
my history thing here.
Wonder what it says about us that the hedonist is the one who gets the light side points.
Now, everyone remember to take away that die from your roller so we don't all roll them again, like we did last time.
Already done.
All right, so there we go. Let me write these down wherever my pen went. So at the start of this, we have 4 dark, 1 light. Perfect. All right, so today is the day of the negotiations. You all have been given appropriate to the culture Mandalorian clothes, which are actually kind of breathable robe-like materials for like government officials. Dayton, you've been out and about in the fields and know that most of the people that work the earth, they kind of wear whatever is appropriate to the temperature there, durable. So you see things like actual jean material jeans, open breathable shirts and materials and things like that to work in, which you've been given like as a gift a couple sets of those already.
Yeah.
But they expect you to show up inside delegates' robes, which are
Yeah.
kind of similar breathable material, but they're robes.
I'll show up in the proper robes. I'm not gonna screw this up for everybody.
I do not. I show up in my Jedi robes.
Okay. Sona will also show up in Jedi robes.
I will dress as the locals do.
Okay.
I'll wear the appropriate clothing. I want to fit in.
Okay.
We want to be best friends.
So today is more of like a big ceremony. There's guards that are lined up along the entryway into the Mandalore's government house, which is more or less a mansion. You've been here a couple times now, so you are used to the layout, but it's a little bit more pomp and circumstance than you're used to. There's musicians that are playing, and there's a crowd that's gathered outside. And people are generally excited because this means that there'll be more people to till the land and take care of getting Mandalore back to the way it is, or the way it used to be. Dayton, you'll know that the Mandalorian people, some of the clans, are actually very excited by the promise of this treaty because if they find people that they deem worthy, Mandalorians will adopt them into their clan. Which means that if these people come to the planet, there's the aspect of they'll help rebuild the planet, and there's the chance that they may find someone who is worth bringing into their clans as well, more easily than just traipsing around the galaxy and finding somebody.
So it's still allowing people to join the clan, but people can choose to try to join the clan instead of someone just being found worthy outside the clan later on.
Well, it makes it easier for the clans to find people that they think would fit with their clan.
Okay.
Once you enter, Mandalore the Invincible will arrive, and he has traditional Mandalorian armor that has been painted a lush green with brown trim on it, and he'll bring you into the main discussion room, which is also the dining room. So there's this huge long table, but there's a balcony, and once the treaty is signed, you know that he's going to address the people. He'll present all of you with seats, and he'll take a seat once you've all settled in.
I'll take the first seat then.
Okay. I'll take a seat.
Sit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Once he sits down, he looks to all of you and he says, I believe that we've come to an agreeable situation. Let us go over the details once more. And a man steps from the side, which you know as Rev Locke. Rev has been a kind of an asset to the negotiations. He's been the one who's been writing up everything that you guys have discussed. Rev begins to read down the list, and he says that that Mandalore will accept 10,000 refugees from the Hapen system. They'll be given a plot of land in the southwest quadrant that will be theirs to till and take care of for the next 10 years, after which they may petition the government to become Mandalorian citizens. Until then, they are still considered Haven citizens from the planet that they came from. They will have restricted rights, but they are free to basically do anything that they want. The main restriction is if there is matters of Mandalorian concern, they're not allowed to voice their opinion on them. That's all it is. So basically, if the Mandalore decides to do a clan vote, they don't get a say in anything the Mandalorians decide.
May I? Is it appropriate to speak up at this point?
You would let him finish. The last bit of the treaty is that the Mandalorian clans would establish bounties to clear the land of any sort of immediate dangers or threats for their new guests, and that's going to be the end of what Rev speaks of.
Are you allowing me to speak now, Chris?
Yep.
Okay. Your thing
I
went
don't
away.
know what happened. Yeah, I just noticed that.
Mandalore, your terms, while amicable, maybe we can come to an agreement. Today, I want you to learn something about me. While on your world, I learned about your people. You would say I received an education. Today, while not Beskagam, I wear my armor. I am trained in the ways of self-defense, and I honor my tribe with my armor. I speak the language of the planet that I come from, and I honor my leader by allowing him to speak and be the final authority on all things. This has helped me survive. And these same principles guide your people. However, you deny the Haven citizens one right that is inalienable to all of your people, and that is to be a tribe. When you call a clan meeting, they are not a clan of Mandalorians yet. But shouldn't their tribe have just as much of a voice if it concerns Mandalore and their right to live, their right to self-defense? Shouldn't they be allowed to help you protect this land as well? Taking that voice away does not grant them self-defense.
Jedi Tiernan, I appreciate your candor in this matter, but unfortunately, matters that are of Mandalore should be those of Mandalorians. They are guests on our planet. It is our duty to protect them and to ensure their safety on the planet. I would not ask of a house guest to take care of my chores.
I understand. At least allow them to be present, so that way they can afford to understand what's going to happen to them. One representative is all I'm asking. Someone that represents the voice of the whole.
I will allow an audience, but I will not allow a representative to speak.
I understand. The Mandalore and the Braylor clan are as wise as the stories hold.
Very well. He looks to Sona. Sona just nods, knowing that the treaty is pretty much as far as you're going to get. The treaty itself allows the Republic to petition for bounties, but it does not secure a definite force of Mandalorians for them. Or not the Republic, rather, the Resistance. Which, unfortunately, is probably the best that you're going to get an opportunity to do.
Okay.
Sona will sign his copy of the treaty as the Mandalore signs his, and then they'll exchange. Sign again. There'll be some handshakes. Press will come in because this is galactic news happening. Officially, you are signing on behalf of the Republic. However, there is a set of treaties that are also signed for the Resistance that are not done with press present. The Republic basically, in exchange for the Mandalorian services on the official, the Republic is going to give Mandalorians a claim to one of the planets that they used to have once everything is done after the 10-year period.
Okay.
So once that's all signed, the Mandalore will present it to the people, and there'll be like a festive party, confetti throws, and then screen wipe.
Hmm.
And it goes into the evening. During the evening on Mandalore, it's still the party is going on and everything, and you've been treated as honored guests. You've been led around town by different Mandalorians. Mainly, however, the clan that specifically is with you is Braylor, taking you to different sites and things like that to get yourselves acclimated with the nightlife, which it appears that one of you happens to be more acclimated than the others.
Who's the one acclimated?
Kovacs.
Oh.
Like, you'll go into a bar and they'll be like, "Oh, this is the mythosaur skull."
The naked mythosaur.
Yeah, this is the naked mythosaur, and Kovacs will like say, "Hey, Steve," to the bartender, kind of thing. He's on first name basis with these people.
God damn it, the naked mythosaur. That's funny. I like that one.
It's like, clearly by the name of the establishment, I knew it was a quality place to start hanging my hat.
Once the evening's festivities kind of die down, you'll receive a message from Leia via holocom, or holoprojector rather.
Who receives it? Sona or?
Tiernan, you will, actually, because as far as the Resistance is concerned, Sona has not officially aligned himself with the Resistance.
Okay, interesting.
He felt that aligning himself with the Republic would be a better choice, and he typically does not actually do a whole lot of Resistance work.
All right. I will gather everyone together and then hand the holocoms to my commander. Or the commander. Who's probably better at relaying orders than I.
Alright. He'll like fumble a second as he like shuffles his drink to the other hand. You don't know when he picked that up. He just popped into being.
Okay. Once you open up the holocom, you will see a familiar matronly figure. It is Leia. She says, "Congratulations on the peace treaty. Now it is time to see if the Mandalorians will make good on their word. I'm going to put out a bounty for the crime lord Barator. You had a run-in with him previously, or at least one of his men."
Yes, that was 5 years ago at this point, if I'm not mistaken.
Barator worked with the Resistance to provide us arms, however, recently he seems to have double-crossed us. The latest shipment were actually booby-trapped. It seems that his allegiance is now to the First Order. We believe he has taken up residence in the Mandalorian sector, or system.
Interesting. Any idea what might have prompted this change in allegiance?
It's unknown, but We believe that he had been receiving pressure from First Order for some time. With the more recent First Order attacks, we are waiting for them to openly declare war. It seems like every day we get closer to that point.
I see. Well, aside from the bounty, do you have any other secondary objectives for us?
Once the bounty is accepted, you will provide escort for the team that is to go accomplish that.
I see.
Their goal will be to capture and bring him back. Once he has been captured, it is your job to escort him back to the Resistance. Other than that, you are free to go about your normal activities.
I see. It will be done, General.
Okay. The holocom will shift off. Tiernan, you have 4C, correct?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll me a 4C check.
Okay. Force powers. Let me just verify that I'm rolling the correct dice. Age 290 of the PDF. Okay. Boom, boom. Nope.
Okay. You
Goddamn phone.
reflexively tap into the Force. It's become more of a secondary nature, especially with your training. And there's, in the immortal words of a nerf herder, you know, you don't like how things feel.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
All right. So since this is a movie style, I'll be the person that says that this movie. I have a bad feeling about this.
Like, Kovacs will twist his mouth a bit. I'm inclined to agree. Something seems off, especially the timing.
The dark side clouds my ability to foresee, which is kind of convenient that I rolled 2 dark side points.
Nim stands up on his chair and looks super serious.
Oh my god, the bat is going to say something.
Those Slimos aren't going to get a chance to lay a finger on those refugees.
I look at the bat. You know no one understands what you're saying, correct?
He looks off super serious into the distance.
He's swearing that no harm will come to the refugees.
He would have been very open with his backstory with the rest of you, just telling you whenever he gets a chance. But he was himself a refugee. His home planet has natural disasters all the time. That's why everyone's afraid of the ocean. They have tsunamis. And he was on a public refugee ship with his family when the First Order attacked and destroyed it. And he escaped on a pod by himself.
Shut up, bat.
But whenever he tells you that stuff, he's like, he's not sad or anything like that. He's just happy to be sharing stuff with people.
He's telling like a depressing, sad story, but it's very upbeat.
He's like saying it all.
And
Until it
everybody
comes
died.
time. But when shit hits the fan and that actually starts happening to people and it's his job to protect people, he gets super serious about it.
All right, bat, sit down. We already told you can't fly.
Watch me.
His piloting skill says otherwise, but nevertheless.
We meant fly as in like flap his bat wings and fly away.
Nope, he doesn't actually have... No, never mind. Now, as much as it pains me to say this, I believe we shouldn't rest on our laurels until the other team gets here. We need to gain some more information on our target. But also, I need to stress this, do not engage. I don't want a repeat of the rental car incident.
That was 5 years ago.
You mean the fact that we did exactly what we said we were going to do?
Like, that wasn't a
that
failure.
plus
That
some extra chaos, which nearly got the authorities on us.
That
Never
was
s-
complete success.
Exactly.
Watch out for a protocol droid.
Look, we're here. We did it.
Yeah, it's been drawing a whole lot of unnecessary attention. And this time, you won't be able to slide by on that, because that'll make the job of the extra team coming in that much harder.
So the job is to eliminate this bounty,
Uh,
and they're
No.
paying another team to do it. All we're supposed to do is ferry these people in and out?
yes.
Okay. So it seems rather clear to me that our job is to, probe their security and see what's going to make that difficult.
Yes, thank you.
So here's a quick plan. You sleep with the secretary. My brother and I break in and get the paperwork. And then the genre fan here, the bat, I don't know if you have any special skills because all you do is squeak.
He can drive the getaway vehicle. Also, is the secretary hot?
It doesn't matter if it's you're honey dicking her or him. What does it matter?
Hey, I don't have many rules in life, but no uggos.
So you're okay if it's a man as long as they're attractive.
You've
said
known me
no
for 5 years. Of course I am. If Kovac swings both ways, you would know this by now.
Most
You do
self-trained
swing both
do.
ways, right?
Hmm?
You swing both ways, correct?
Yeah.
Literally what he just went on a rant about.
Okay.
Yeah, most Celtronians do.
Yeah, no, no, I'm aware. I just didn't know what Tom was getting at specifically. So there you go. All right. Damn. Do I have a destiny point that I can be like, cool, there she is right there?
You know what? Sure, I'll let you spend it. But I mean, you've got one point right now. Do you want to spend it there?
No.
Okay.
On the one hand, it's a horrible waste. On the other hand, it's letting my character score. So,
Okay.
With
So,
an authority.
Speaking of which, I'm actually going to be spending a dark side point, and we'll get to that later.
Oh, you're gonna make her uggy.
Nope. So it's 3 and 2 now. 3 dark, 2 light.
No, it's another Zeltronian.
That is something that you will learn while Mandalorians are primarily human. Being Mandalorian is not necessarily a species thing, it's a culture thing. And there's a whole bunch of different species that are present on the planet.
But, primarily human.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So let's start with. Yeah, let's go ahead and start with. Let's start with Nim instead, because you guys go to do your thing, and then Nim is just kind of left there.
Well, I got
Nim,
getaway car. It's a very important job.
His
Yes.
best friends are depending on him.
Yeah, his best friends are depending on him to get away.
that is true. Nim, you've got time to kill because the getaway portion is not till like the very end of this mission. So what are you going to do to kind of help things along and prepare for this shenanigan?
Oh, God.
What exactly is this plan again? Just who are you infiltrating?
It is one of the moons of Mandalore. There is a base that, because you're able to pull up the bounty on the HoloNet, there is a base on one of the moons of Mandalore where, God damn it, I just said his name.
Bosco?
No. The crime boss. God damn it. I feel stupid.
Yeah.
Anyways, the crime boss is there.
And they're infiltrating to figure out more about their security.
Well, their mission is to capture him.
Okay.
The mercenary posting doesn't say much about any sort of security or anything that's on there. It's pretty much left up to whoever's taking this bounty to find that out on their own. However, Tiernan and the rest of you have decided to take it upon yourselves to do a little research and find out what you can about the facility that you'll be going into to find Barator. That's his name.
So that when the rest of the rebels do decide to, when the other team does decide to come and capture him, they already have some information.
Well, we know how to avoid the security because we're taking them in and out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which for you might be finding spots that look like they would be areas where you could hide from sensors and things like that.
Yeah, so I'm going to do some reconnaissance then.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out what all the good hiding spots are, good points to land, all those things. All the space security as it may be. All the stuff that's going to make it difficult getting there and getting away.
Okay. Next, we're going to go over to what I would need is an astrogation check from you.
Okay.
And this is basically to see if you're going to put yourself in a good or bad situation once this mission starts.
Well, astrogation is for the hyperdrive, isn't it? Could I use piloting space?
Or sorry, yeah, piloting space actually would be better.
Okay. And what difficulty?
It's going to be a difficulty of 3.
Okay. That's a success and a threat.
Okay. Perfect. Next, we're going to go to. Let's go to Kovacs. Kovacs, you are attempting to find the senator who is. Let me find the name here. Is Kreis or Vizsla? Kreis Vizsla?
Okay.
That would be the senator that is the most prone for you to be able to extract information about this particular assignment from. You know that Kreis is a heavy drinker, and you happen to know that he goes to the Naked Mythosaur.
Perfect. I barely have to do anything.
Kreis is also a Zabrak.
What is that?
Horned
Darth Maul.
What?
Darth Maul. Horned.
Oh. Yeah,
Not
okay.
necessarily black and red and evil looking.
I was going to say the black and red and evil looking thing is totally not related to their species. The pointy teeth, sharp pointy things on their head, kind of evil looking, is part of their race, though.
But they come in different colors.
Yeah. Valdor from Knights of the Old Republic was mostly like tannish in color.
Yeah,
So-
Valdor was.
Kreis is also kind of a desert sand kind of tan color.
Also, Chris, you're getting really robot-y.
Yeah.
I can't really do much about it.
Okay. Alright. Anyway. Yeah, I can work with that.
Hold on a sec. Any better?
Much.
Yes, much.
Yep.
Okay.
Bloody Google. Yeah. So anyway, like before he arrives, I'll do like a bit of research on him, like mostly like what he's done recently. And like once he gets there, I'll buy him a drink and start complimenting on his recent achievements. Like, your support of the reclamation of the southern farmlands was truly inspired. I loved your rhetoric, or something along those lines.
Okay. Yeah. So you begin talking to Christ. Let me pull this up real quick here. His recent achievement is that he where did it go? Here we go. His most recent achievement actually has very little to do with government. You know that he is an avid hunter, and he has just returned from a hunting trip with shriekhawks, which went fairly well, and he's captured quite a few of them. Which they're mainly for sport. They're not really for like food or anything like that.
Okay.
Which is particularly interesting because his clan Visla uses the Shriekhawk as its clan symbol.
All right. Okay, so yeah. Once he gets there, I'll like order him a drink and sidle over. It's like, oh, Senator, I couldn't help but notice you there. Been following your exploits recently. I have to say, really impressed with your latest hunt. I'm a bit of a fan myself, but I have to say, that was something else.
He's going to have a helmet that'll be sitting next to him on the bar, and he'll say, "Yes, it was quite the hunt. I was able to get my Jar Galar Sur Hasai." Fucking Christ, that is like the worst goddamn Mandalorian thing I've ever said. Which means Shriekhawk eyes, because you've picked up on some of the cultural terms and things like that. It's considered a mark of a skilled hunter to have them painted on the helmets. If you've seen the Clone Wars series, the eyes that are sometimes painted on the helmets, those are Shriekhawk eyes.
Ah. Oh god, my character needs to make small talk, and I'm terrible at that. Oh yes, I can see that. Most impressive. Surely a man like you is thinking of much larger game now.
Of course, but mythosaurs are quite rare these days. I hear that there's some interesting bounties that are being sent in by the Republic, though. Perhaps I can find something more interesting to occupy my free time when the Senate's not in session. I'm sorry, I did not catch your name.
You can call me Kovacs.
Kovacs, haven't you been around the Mandalore's estate recently? You look familiar.
Oh yes, had a few dealings here and there, greasing some wheels and all that. Well, not exactly my true passion, but we all have to eat somewhere, and I do have a way with words.
I don't think any politician really does it for the sheer enjoyment of the politics. He kind of chuckles and takes a drink.
Well said, my friend. Well said. Bounties, bounties. Well, I remember hearing in passing something about bounty of a... Who is it, a crime lord living on one of the moons?
There's a new one. Public just put it out. They are looking for a crime lord by the name of Barator.
Yes.
Apparently he's been selling arms to both sides and instigating a war.
Oh, bad play, that. That's not how you're going to make friends.
No, but it does help us. Mandalorians can profit from this war.
Indeed. Something with that name sounds familiar. I think I heard of him before. I believe a couple of years ago he was only selling to the rebellion. What made him change his mind?
Who knows? Arms dealers tend to be unreliable, I suppose would be the best way to phrase it. Even here on Mandalore, the man that sells you a gun, you can expect to sell the gun to your enemy.
Yes, I suppose. Yeah, that's why he moved here. Fits in with his lifestyle.
If the man is a crime lord with no honor, then it does not fit his lifestyle.
Ha! Good point.
Regardless, if you're interested in the bounty, all you need to do is apply at the bounty office. Of course, you'll have to pay the acquisition fee, but it could be yours.
A tempting thought. Although I'm not sure if I am, how should I say, competent enough to step up from animals to a more intelligent game.
Man and animal are the same. But if you need more instruction on it, I'd suggest talking to our women.
Interesting. Manhunters, a lot of them.
You could say that. It's Mandalorian tradition that once they find a mate, they will seclude them and give them a head start. If the man is caught during the hunt, they are to be wed.
Fascinating. I'll have to try that sometime. That'd be fun.
Most of the future grooms end up with broken bones.
Oh, well, that sounds less fun. Nothing.
He'll kind of go on and speak with you about different politics and things like that, and he'll talk to you about a upcoming meeting that he has with a merchant from off-world, from the core. Mainly kind of BS stuff that you don't really care about. But you will notice that a couple of men in black suits will enter the naked mythosaur and take a seat. They seem to be interested in your discussion, or at least you, or possibly the senator.
Interesting.
They're black flight suits. I should clarify.
Okay. Alright, yeah, I'll continue talking nothing at the senator, but keeping my perception on the guys in black.
Okay. We're going to shift gears here and go over to Tiernan. Tiernan, you begin kind of checking out with the
I'm on my
bounty
pad.
boards.
I'm on my pad doing it in the Naked Mythosaur.
Yeah. So since you're in the Naked Mythosaur, you will notice the four men in black flight suits come in, because Typically, flight suits are orange or tan or like a cream color, something like that. Black flight suits are not a common fashion trend, and the fact that 4 of them come in as a block and sit down at a table is kind of weird. Especially the fact that their gaze seems to be lingering upon Kovacs and the Senator. Kind of keeping one eye on that, but also flipping through your data slate. There aren't any bounties on the Senator that you can find. There is some just open first order type bounties on different people. As you start digging through that, you can see that that one of the bounties that happens to be available is for a Mandalorian Senate representative, and it's not specific. It's a retrieval mission to capture one.
Okay. Now I'm going to look at these guys in black flight suits, and can I get any information on them about them on the holonet?
No, I mean you don't find like a group of bounty hunters that are known for wearing black flight suits or anything like that.
Okay. I'm going to walk up to them drunkenly.
Okay.
And bring them back to our table, my brother and I's table.
They won't go with you. You kind of stumble up and you're like, hey, come on over, have a drink, and they just tell you no. You're gonna notice they're drinking water.
I look at them and be like, you really want to come with us? Oh, I'm doing it on my phone. Had enough of this.
Because it seems to only roll.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. I got 2 whites on my phone. So explain why we can only ever get 1 fucking black on this damn stupid dice roller.
Don't know. The dice roller might be bugged.
Hmm.
Do you want me to show it to you? Or, I mean,
No, it's fine.
okay. So I'm using influence. So
Okay.
when I say influence, I mean I'm using mind trick.
Yep. So you have 2 force points to spend on features of that power.
Trying to get to the power here so I can use it appropriately. I have the one where I can make something untrue or whatever believable for the next 5 minutes. Control discipline check versus a discipline check.
Okay.
So I make a discipline check. Ignore the blank. Or the light side point that I got now.
Okay. I'm going to spend a dark side to increase one of their greens to a yellow.
Okay.
So it's 2-3 with you guys having favor right now. Okay.
Wow, their fucking discipline is crazy.
Yeah. There's a reason for it. It's actually their best skill, which is pretty sad considering what they are. So, yeah, they tell you no. And one of them is going to kind of lean back, and you're going to see that he's basically doing the gangster move where he leans back and shows you he's fully armed, and while the other one is like, no, why don't you go back to your own seat?
So even though I failed the discipline versus discipline check, I can still spend my light side points to make them feel friendliness towards me.
Okay.
So
it may not go threatening mode.
Yeah. So I will spend them friendliness, and I will send them double friendliness, essentially, to come sit down with me. that they have time. Like, come on,
Okay.
man, I'll buy you a drink. Or if you need help, I can help you out with something. Basically, if they say no,
I know how they're going to handle it. They're going to say, I tell you what, you seem like a fun guy and everything, but we're here on a job. How about you return to your table? We'll buy a round of drinks for you and your brother.
okay. My friend Kovac, he's just over there. You seem intimidating, so I'm just trying to make sure that my friend's not in any trouble being by that person.
Your friend is no concern to us.
If you go over there, he might get involved. Will you give me a minute to get him out of there?
It'd probably be best.
Okay. Thank you. Are you just going to kill the senator, dude?
Why don't you just get your friend out of there?
Okay. Thanks. And I'll flip him a cred, like 5 credits.
Okay.
And I'll walk over and I'll like, hey, Kovacs.
What? I'm in the middle of something here.
Yeah, dude, come here, man. Me and Dayton need you at the table, brother.
Sorry, my friend. I have to go.
As me and Kovacs leave, I nod to the gentleman. And I whisper to Kovacs, that dude's about to die.
And you pulled me away?
Yeah? Do you really want to get in a fight on a planet we just signed a peace treaty with? Politically, it's a bad move.
All right.
And to be fair, they're not weak-minded.
Interesting. Do you know why they're after him?
Nope. I checked for local bounties, and I can find one for the senator's aide, but not for the senator. Or not for the man you were with.
Interesting. Might be worth observing.
Yeah, that's why we're going to sit at the table and watch what happens.
All right.
Okay. So you guys sit down, and about 5 minutes later, one of the men in the flight suits gets up, and he goes to speak with the senator. The senator seems to get kind of aggressive with him. He puts down his glass, grabs his helmet, and he says, like, hell, I'll go with you. And he starts to walk out the door. He is very drunk at this point, by the way.
Do the men in black make moves to stop him?
Not at the moment. Once he clears the doorway, the men in black, well, the guy who is at the bar will turn to the others, and they'll all get up and start heading out the door.
I look at my brother and nod. My brother should get the hint that I mean for him to follow.
Yeah, he sighs. He gets up. Well, I've had enough to drink tonight. Might lose my touch.
I'll buy Kovacs another round while he sits and mourns his friend.
Senator, we hardly knew ye.
Okay. So Dayton, you follow the group outside and kind of shadow them, which I think there's skullduggery, if you want to roll that.
I believe there is a rule for this. Yep.
That's
Skullduggery
the
does
system calls
exist.
it.
I know skullduggery exists. I just forget if that's what you use, because there is stealth.
I'll say stealth will work.
Because isn't skullduggery like stealing from, like pickpocketing stuff? Because stealth would be the actual.
Yeah, stealth will work. Some systems that have skullduggery don't have stealth.
Yeah. I mean, it's that, or there's also streetwise, but I'm pretty sure since it has stealth, stealth would be used for something like this.
Yeah.
Dog, leave me alone.
And you have 3 light side points right now if you want to augment it.
Yeah. I got to make sure this works. I'm gonna augment one of my greens to a yellow.
Okay.
Thank God.
All right, perfect. So I did not give you difficulty, did I?
I
You did
don't.
not.
Nope.
That's fine. It's going to be a test against them anyways.
So they have to roll to see if I'm there anyways.
Uh-huh. All right, so they're going to tie up with you, but you're going to have advantage. So you're going to kind of shadow them for a while, and with your advantage, you can get yourself to a vantage point, whether it be like around an alleyway or on a roof. That's kind of your choice because there's lots of buildings and stuff around here.
I'd be on a roof.
On a rooftop? Okay.
Yeah.
They managed to follow the senator down an empty street, and one of them just kind of glances up in your direction, and you know that they're aware of your presence now. But you do have the vantage point of being on higher ground, which will grant you benefits when you're like attacking them if it comes down to it. They don't seem to care that you're there though. They'll start shouting at the senator, "Hey, drop your weapons and gear. You're coming with us." The senator's going to wheel around and take this brand new helmet that he has, and he just smacks the crud out of one of them in the face.
Yeah.
Like teeth come out and everything. It's just a big mess. Even for a drunk man, the senator has proven he's quite strong.
Mandalorians get more powerful when they drink, right? Just like Klingons.
So this is a cool check since you're aware of the combat that's about to happen.
So rolling a cool check.
Mm-hmm.
What's the DC?
No difficulty. It's just for initiative.
I'm waiting for Dayton to be like, you should probably join me.
Okay.
Hey, if this
And the senator.
it doesn't look like they kill the senator, and it's harder to capture someone than to kill them. So
Perfect.
therefore,
So the senator's going to go first, which is the helmet blast to the face.
yeah.
And then the next will be, let's see here, the men in black flight suits.
Yeah.
They're going to bring out stun batons, and they're going to start stunning him. He's drunk, and he can hit pretty hard, but he's not that good at dodging at the moment.
Yeah.
So he gets stunned a couple times, and then it goes to you next.
Yep. I am going to be on stun setting,
Okay.
and what?
No, I just stun in my mind for like Star Wars is like this huge blue beam. It just gets bigger as it goes, like this round circle, because that's what it is in the movie.
Mm.
Oh my God! Shut up.
Exactly.
Just shut up. And yeah. And let's see. You said I because I'm higher up. You said I get advantages.
Yeah, you're going to get a boost die for having higher ground.
All right. Sweet. Yeah, that should be it.
Okay.
I'm hitting. I'm specifically. Let's see. Yeah, because because as of right now, there's working more of a team. I don't have any. I'm just shooting one at a time for now.
Okay. You also have 3 advantage dice that you can spend, which is on page 206 for those.
That's of edge, right?
Yeah. Or sorry,
Sorry.
no, that's edge because that's what my screen is.
No, that's no problem because I only had Force and Destiny up. 206. Let's see my advantages.
You can let's see. For 1, you can recover a strain or add a boost die to the next allied active character check, which would be your next attack, basically.
Yeah.
Which means you get 2 boost, one from being higher ground, one from boosting. You can spend 2 to perform an immediate free maneuver that does not exceed the 2 maneuver per turn limit.
I'm going to actually spend 3 to disable their disable their stun weapon, their stun batons.
You want to spend 3 to force a target to drop the weapon?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll hit the one that seems to be kind of in charge, and you're just going to blast the stun baton away. They're going to look towards the guy that you knocked it out of is going to look up towards you, and he's going to yell at him, "Take him down. We don't need any witnesses." And at the same time, he's going to get helmet clubbed.
Yep.
He doesn't have much for health, so he's actually going to go down because he's been helmet clubbed twice now.
Good. All right.
The other guys on the ground will switch weapons and start taking cover, so that they can get advantage, or so that they can get some sort of take away your advantage to attack, I should say.
Yeah.
Or boost to attack. They're switching over to blaster pistols, and it's your turn.
Let's see. Now, depending on where the rooftops are, is there any way I can move into a better position to help try to negate at least one of their covers?
Yeah, I'll allow it. Basically, you kind of jump from rooftop to rooftop to kind of circle around because the buildings are so clustered together down this alleyway.
Yeah.
And you find yourself in a vantage point where you got one of them where his cover is gone, so you still have your boost.
So I'm gonna shoot at that one.
Okay.
God
Oh,
damn.
Jesus Christ. So you hit him.
And the world is yours, apparently.
And back to spinning dice.
Yeah,
here.
no, I just left it up. Well, this is what happened when I'm rolling 3 yellow.
Pretty sure this guy's critical.
I was going to say, do you want to inflict critical wounds? Because you probably have more than enough to do that, plus other things.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I do.
You're gonna inflict critical wounds with a stun shot?
Yes! When you have this much advantage, I somehow, I get his eye.
Right in the nervous system.
Yeah, right in the nervous.
What weapon are you using?
I'm using a heavy blaster rifle.
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus
With-
Christ.
That I have a hand grip
I was
on
gonna
it.
say, 3 of them will be needed for the crit.
Okay. Oh crap! I still have plenty then. I
You
still
could
don't.
I was gonna say you could technically inflict 2 criticals on him if you wanted to, because you have.
That's a heavy blast rifle. That has auto fire, doesn't it?
Let me see. Yes, it does.
Use that to get you an extra hit.
No, I just have the basic blaster rifle, not the heavy. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm
Heavy
Blaster rifle. Yeah, it's just got the stun setting.
yeah. I have the stun setting, and then I have a forearm grip for an attachment. So yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'm going. I want to hit him hard. I want to show them. This. This,
You want to try and scare him off by
yeah.
critting one of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Putting him twice.
Okay. All right. So let's see here. All right. So the first, what ends up happening is it's actually kind of multiple shots that you're firing off here.
Yeah.
The first one is going to be a minor nick, and it just kind of rips into his armor and like kind of like carves a hole through the blade of like the flight suit.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is a discouraging wound, which let's see, flip one light side destiny point to a dark side point, or reverse if NPC. So what's going to end up happening is it's going to flip one of my dark side points to a light side point for you.
Yeah.
So that puts us back at 2 dark, 3 light.
Okay.
Wherever my pen went. Here it is. The guy that you hits the ground, and he's completely stunned out now. He is not dead. He's just unconscious, like the other guy who got helmet smacked.
Yeah. I'm not trying to kill him. I'm specifically trying to knock them out.
The other two will kind of shifty eyes to each other, and they'll grab their leader and start dragging him off. The one that you just stunned is still on the ground, unconscious.
Yep. Should I press the advantage? Nah, I got to make sure of the senator's safety. I'm not gonna press the advantage though. But I am gonna watch them leave, following on the rooftops.
Okay. You see
I will.
him head towards the south side of the city.
I'm also gonna send a message to my brother, telling him where the senator is and where there's a stunned body.
Okay.
But yeah, otherwise I'm gonna follow them.
Okay. So you're gonna leave the senator behind and follow them instead?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you follow them through the streets, and it eats up a little bit of time. We're gonna screen wipe over to you basically arriving to where you followed them.
Yeah.
They managed to go to the outskirts of town, and there is a stealthed Lambda that is parked here. That is clearly marked with First Order insignias on it.
Okay.
They're gonna load up, and they're gonna take flight as the darkness of night kind of covers their escape from the planet.
All right. Yeah. Then I'll after I watch them go, I'll send a message back to my brother at that point because this is some time later, saying, Did you pick up the package?
Absolutely. Let's go back to them real quick.
Yep.
So you get the message that the senator is in a certain part of the city, and it's got some location data for you. Tiernan.
Yep. I'll look at Kovacs and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna need your help getting the senator and one of the guards."
Wait, what?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. So you guys travel through the city, and you're able to find the senator.
I don't tell you how I know this, by the way.
Which the senator is like sitting on a box. He's got his helmet in hand that's got like a bunch of blood all over it. And he's like that. He's gotten to that point where he's like coming down off of his drunk, so he's just kind of like tired, sitting on a box in this alleyway, kind of moping to himself.
All right, I'll walk up. Whoa, looks like you had an interesting time.
Filthy muggers. And he kind of like tries to wipe off the blood, but it just smears on the helmet some more.
All right, let's get you home.
That's where I was going. Punk kids. Tries to smear it around again. If you walk him home, the rest of his evening will go uneventful. But he kind of stumbles around, and he's like tired drunk now. When you get back to the place, go back to his house. His one of his servants comes out and or employees, I should say, comes out, and takes over for you, kind of carrying him inside the house, and he says, "Kovacs, I'll remember this. You helped me out today. If any more of those thugs come around, I know I can trust you and your friends."
Charmed. Kovacs should just give us like a bow.
Okay. The butler will take him inside the mansion. Tiernan, what will you do in the meantime?
I go back to, or I will find an inn or hotel or whatever, and I'll bring my friend who is stunned, and I will be like, "Hey, me and my drunk friend, we need a room for the night."
Okay. This being the capital, there are actually hotels available.
Yeah.
Though you guys have actually been trying to ingrain yourself in the culture of the planet. Usually what happens is if you're a guest, you're invited into one of the clan homes inside a guest house. You could go to Clan Braylore's representative house and stay there for the night, or you could go to an inn. It's your choice.
I'm going to a hotel so my brother and I can interrogate and I can mind rape this fuck.
Okay. So yeah,
because I figure our sort of skullduggery will not be appropriate at a Mandalorian clan house.
Okay. So you go to the inn. They charge you 10 credits for the night, which is pretty standard for a hotel fare.
Yeah.
When you get up there, it's just it's the Holiday Inn. It's a bed and nothing fancy.
Hold on, real quick. So I went to the Holiday Inn and nothing fancy, correct?
Yep.
I will slip them another 20 credits and tell them that they hear nothing coming from the room.
Okay.
Do they go, okay, and take it?
Yeah.
Do I believe that they're going to leave us the fuck alone?
Probably. I mean, you know that if it gets too crazy, eventually someone will get curious, but...
They'll leave some minor things alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not throwing shit out a window, I should be fine. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So you get up there, it's like the fanciest part is they've got like an old style like hollow TV thing, and then like an ironing board and an iron, and that's it.
Yeah. Okay. I tie his ass up to the ironing board.
Okay.
The old ass TV, and then the bed. So he's like, tied up on the ironing board like a backboard, and then actually wrapped around the bed and shit, so he can't break free.
Okay. So
And
after you
I
finish
cover
tying
his
him down,
eyes.
you're gonna hear your communicator kind of chirp for you.
Yeah.
And that's when you get the question of, did you receive the package?
All you get back is location.
I go to said location. He answered perfectly.
Okay.
This is how the brothers hunt.
Okay. Do you wait for him? Because this guy is going to be blacked out unconscious for a while.
Yeah, I mean, he's blindfolded and shit, so.
Okay. You two will come together before this guy comes back from consciousness, or comes back to consciousness, I should say.
I will black out the room.
Okay.
And remove everything, like, that's within reach of him. Remove it all. And then I will shine a bright-ass light in his face, and I will make my brother wait in the other, like, by the door with his rifle, ready to fucking pop this dude if he gets up.
I will let you know before we start the investigation, brother.
Interrogation.
No. Tomato.
I like sticking to the nicer terms so people don't know what we're really doing.
Okay.
That was a first order squad.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. So the guy kind of he starts to groan, and he moves his head side to side, but he's all blindfolded. And he's just like,
Who do you work for?
He kind of, you can see him shake his head a little bit more, and he's like, "Where am I?"
That was not the answer to the question. And then I punch him in the face.
Okay.
Who do you work for?
TM796. Sergeant, pilot.
Who Google this? Who does number 2 work for? Yes. I started saying it before I even clicked the link. I don't know. But I knew it, yet I asked. I'm going to look at this fool and be like, okay. One more again. Who I assume you're forced order by that serial number. I can assume that, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're the only assholes who don't give people names. They serialize them.
Yeah. What did you want with the senator?
TM796.
Punched him right in the
Sergeant.
face as he starts talking.
Okay.
You gonna talk?
TM796.
All right. I ignite my lightsaber, and I will remove his blind so he can see. Again, it's just a big ass spotlight beaming on him, and then this lightsaber will come into view, and I'll slowly start to burn his leg with it.
Okay. He's gonna grit his teeth, and like you can hear him like start to kind of groan in pain.
You know, the First Order, once I cut your leg off, will just kill you because they'll have no need for you. Here's how you can help yourself by helping me. Again, what did the First Order want with the senator?
Oh, I forgot to do that. Hold on. He's gonna groan in pain and grit his teeth some more. This time he's not gonna come back with his smarmy remark of his designation.
He doesn't say anything?
No, he doesn't.
God damn it. He's going to lose his goddamn pinky toe. I'm going to cut that off with my vibro knife.
So you switch off the saber and just like rip his boot off and just chop the pinky toe off?
Yep.
Okay.
You got
he'll scream out in pain and he'll say TM796.
I cut his fucking next toe off.
After you cut his toe off, he screams, and now he's just screaming at you, TM796.
I'll punch him square in the face. Again.
Okay. Yeah, he'll scream it again. TM796, Sergeant, pilot.
Well, I guess it's time to start performing surgery on you. So, you're good. Are you aware of how the Jedi have the ability to infiltrate your mind? I'm told it can be a very, very painful process.
You do not scare me. I stand with the Knights of Renn. I know what your powers are, and I know how to defeat them.
I like when they're cocky. It makes this more fun. So, I'm not gonna lie. There's really no power for, mind raping somebody.
You can use influence and try and get him to tell you, though.
Yeah, but that's not as fun as actually mind raping somebody.
You're also not a Sith.
I was gonna say you can influence with dark side. No, I'll say that's how we're doing it.
Okay. I'm totally cool with this.
Hey man, he's your best friend. Don't go calling him a Sith.
I'm sure
I'm up there.
And I'm sure this won't have any negative consequences whatsoever.
It's actually something that the Sentinels do quite often, is mind rape people for the truth.
Sentinels are the closest ones.
He's gonna go unconscious from blood loss, by the way.
Right now?
Yeah.
God damn it.
You can smack him around and wake him up and do your force power though. It's
Yeah.
just part of the fact that you cut off like 3 toes in a row on him.
Only 2.
2.
Okay, now he's going unconscious.
Yes. All right.
To be fair, I've been making rolls to keep him awake and giving his terrible predetermined response when he gets captured.
Okay. I got a dark side point on my thing, so I will use it in mind rape him.
Well, you only count the light side points. The darks are zeros. However, you can, you can you count the whites, and then you can choose to use the darks as well. Is how it works.
So I got 1 dark, so that's what I'll use.
Okay. Okay, so you reach into his mind and you start pulling information. He is. Does he get a check against this?
Against the basic influence power? No.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you wanna
Okay.
say that he is, and there's a check for the 2 of us to fight it, then sure.
Just curious. He has had some mental training. Once you get in there, his thought process, which only irritates you more, is just TM796 Sergeant Pilot, and inside his brain, he's just repeating the same thing. He's trying to think about that, and he's trying not to let you get in there. And because you're already tapping into the dark side, you kind of give him a little mental twist on his thought process, and he kind of because Dayton, you're inside the room. He groans in pain and he starts to kind of shudder under the exertion of the force power that's being put on him. With that little bit of pain, you're able to break past that mental block that he has, and what you see is more memories than necessarily thoughts, because the power is kind of abstract.
Yeah.
What you're
Totally
going to see.
fine.
What you're going to see is a man in a dark Imperial, sorry, not Imperial, a First Order, a Admiral's type clothing, with the full jacket and everything like that, and he's speaking with 4 pilots that are fully in black suited armor, giving them their mission to capture the senator. There's another flash of him reading the dossier, and you kind of, in the moment, you can kind of see the dossier. And apparently, this senator is actually key to their plans to basically set Mandalore against the Resistance and the Republic. That they were going to frame it on the new Republic allies that they had just signed a treaty with, attempting to get rid of this man. You find out that Christ has been involved in illegal arms dealings himself, and is tied to Barator, and that's how they were going to tie it back to you guys,
Okay.
or at least the Resistance, I should say.
All right. So I. Okay. So I will.
Officially, he is a good senator.
Yeah.
And so what the act would have looked like is that you were falsely accusing a senator with no evidence.
Okay. I will. I'll relay everything as I see it, and I'll say it to my brother.
Okay.
And then I'll look
As
at
you do, you can feel his mental barriers breaking down because he's in disbelief that you're getting past it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're going to milk out a little bit more information. You're going to find out that excuse me. What was his name? Noten Renn is within the system, and
Okay.
this is part of an elaborate trap that Noten and the Admiral got together to do to both set the war into motion, and Noten intends to get Sona.
Okay. All right. I'll look at the guy and say, before I continue to rape your mind, and I use that term, rape your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, Noten Renn's frequency to call him, so he can come pick you up.
He doesn't have a frequency for Noten Renn. He has an Imperial Open Communication frequency that he was assigned. Or not Imperial, First Order, rather. Open Communication frequency that he was assigned for this particular mission.
Okay.
Which you know will get him in contact with a First Order Star Destroyer that is in the nearby system.
Okay.
You also know that you need to have his codes, which he doesn't have because they're on a code terminal or on a code cylinder.
Where's the code cylinder?
It's in the Lambda.
I look at my brother.
I shake my head.
Because it was on their leader who got dragged off.
Who's on there? Oh, the other guy that was incapacitated got dragged off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm one guy against four. I chose
No,
I chose a better path.
Totally fine. Is there a way to open broadcast on this frequency that they'll still hear it?
Not without the encryption. You could attempt to hack the encryption. It'll be difficult though.
Okay. I look at my brother, and I'll turn to him and say, "Any bounties on this piece of shit?"
I mean, I'll check it. If there's
Not
any
really.
well, more or less, I know that there's not going to be. I knew that there's probably not going to be nothing specifically on this guy, but anything on, hey, First Order, pilots or that kind of thing. Some general things that he could fit.
Not really.
Not even from the.
The Resistance doesn't typically hire out bounties like that. That's part of your job with them.
Yeah, that gets really expensive if you do that. To be fair.
Yeah. But you know that this guy, TM796, from doing the mental probes, you're going to know that he was one of the children that were taken and actually fully indoctrinated into the First Order. He has no name. Just because you're going to get some extra peripheral information by doing this.
Yeah.
That he's always been trained as a pilot. You're going to learn a little bit about the First Order that is not super common knowledge, but you probably know as a person. That the First Order kidnaps these children, trains them for a specific task, and does not train them in other things on purpose, so that they become fully reliant on the teamwork that is the First Order.
Okay.
So, like, this guy knows how to use a stun baton barely, but he's really a pilot. And him being sent to capture a senator, if the senator was alone and drunk, was probably more than enough, but in open combat against a man who prides himself on being a hunter, these guys would have been doomed.
Okay. I look at him and say, "What do you want to do with him?"
Well,
once you're done with him, he goes unconscious again. By the way,
Yeah.
we could either leave him for dead. We can bring him. We could see if anybody in the Alliance wants him.
Nah, he's probably valuable as a prisoner, or not valuable as a prisoner, but valuable to the interrogators.
Yeah, that or we could check to see if any huts want him. They're not. They're, well, that and the fact that they're not always the most happy with the First Order.
How much do First Order pilots go for to the huts?
There was nothing open about it, but we could always make some inquiries.
There are huts that are looking to have slaves with piloting skills, if you want to go down the slavery path.
All I'm saying is, Chris, is we're not against it.
Mm-hmm.
Are we trying to if we're trying to maximize profits, huts are probably going to be the best.
Let's just call for an extraction team to come get his ass.
All right, you want to go the simple path?
All right. I'll put in a call to Kovacs.
While he's putting in the call, I'm gonna actually start treating the guy for wounds.
No, don't treat his wounds.
I'm by treating. I'm not like doing anything extra than just wrapping him so he doesn't bleed to death.
Okay.
So he's at least still alive for the extraction team to then treat his. That's all I'm doing.
Hey, Kovacs.
Yes.
The Hut Lord Cog, Khog, is inside the area. He happens to be looking for slaves with piloting skills, and he is willing to pay. It looks like 50,000 credits.
That's 50,000 credits we don't have.
That's a ton of credits.
It is because he's buying a person. Slavery is highly lucrative, but it's also highly illegal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't
To
wanna
be
do
fair,
that just yet.
he's also, to most people, he's no one.
Yes, this is true.
No
Kovacs,
one's gonna.
we need an extraction team at the Ransom Ray Corps Hotel.
Damn it!
You could name
50,000
him-
credits.
You could name him Tim since he's TM796.
50,000 credits, brother.
What did you do?
We have a first order pilot.
I just say it in the background. 50,000 credits.
My brother's a little. You better send that here before the Huts get here to claim him as a slave.
Okay. Is anyone screaming and or on fire?
He's unconscious.
He's unconscious, minus a few toes.
We'll have to
You're
do
probably
it.
gonna have to pay the hotel extra because of all that blood.
No, I'm gonna clean up. This is not the first time we've done this.
You get some baking soda and vinegar.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
It'll have to do, I suppose. Did you get anything useful out of them by your usual methods?
You don't know what my usual methods are.
You just know that we via destructive means we somehow end up with the right answers.
Yes.
That's the usual methods to him by now.
Yes, which is why I'm not there. I tend to prefer a slightly more gentle and coercive method of interrogation, but
We were
I
very
didn't
gentle.
so much interrogate him as
Ask him a
rip
couple
the
questions,
information
answer.
from his mind. He's kind of got a little drool and some foam at the mouth from being, mind probed.
I wonder what the legality on this and all is.
I'm gonna walk over and take a selfie with the dude.
illegal.
Click.
Quite illegal, Tom.
Send you
boy.
a picture of it.
Well, I'm going to see if I can omit that bit when I make the call.
He cut off his toes in self-defense.
Sure. Did you learn anything useful?
Yes, I will relay it all to you after the extraction team comes picks him up.
How long will that take?
Good question. Chris, how long will it take for an extraction team to pull this guy out?
So, you go ahead and contact the resistance. You're going to get just a regular consul guy. We'll call him Tim for now because I used Tim earlier. When you go to make contact, they're going to say you're Lieutenant, correct?
Yep.
That's what we decided. Lieutenant Kovacs, how goes your mission?
Fine. We ran into, not necessarily a complication, but perhaps a wrinkle. I need to request an extraction team. We managed to capture a first order pilot on planet.
Did they disrupt the treaty signing?
They have not, although from what little I've managed to glean, I believe that was part of their intention.
So, Tom, their intention was not to disrupt the treaty signing?
I didn't tell him anything, so.
Oh, okay, then scratch what I just said. I was say, no, they have not.
Because the treaty was already signed. The fact that this guy doesn't know that is kind of weird.
Oh. Interesting. It happened today, but...
But you did get a personalized message earlier from the Resistance.
So they... How do I suss this one out? Negotiation. Since I'm part of Alliance Intelligence, would I know any what's the word?
Code phrases.
Yes.
Yeah, you can always request a secure communication line. There's no like phrase for that or anything. If you want to basically, if you think that a line has been tampered and you guys should shut the hell up, you could use do back. That's the phrase to say stop all communications. I think the line's compromised. There's another one that is, let's see, what's another great Star Wars thing? Bantha.
Varactyl.
I was going to say Bantha is a request to.
Bantha Poodoo.
Bantha is a request to speak with intelligence, and it establishes secure comms during the process. So you'd say secure comms go Bantha.
Yeah, I'll do that. And if it's relevant, I do have an obligation to Alliance Intelligence.
Absolutely. The comms guy on the side there will say, "Of course, Lieutenant. One moment." Another gentleman will come on the line, which you will recognize as Vito. He's a low-ranking intelligence member. He's basically a code breaker and a guy that sets up comms. Lieutenant Kovacs, and he'll salute because it's hollow communication.
Hello. I just need to be sure. The man I was talking to didn't seem to be aware that the treaty had already been signed. Wasn't sure if the communications were tampered or not.
So you're reporting that the treaty has been signed?
Yes.
Excellent. We'll inform Leia, or excuse me, Commander, because I think she's still Commander now.
Nope, she's a general.
Yeah,
General.
I think it's General.
General.
General Organa.
We'll inform General Organa.
It's like, I find it surprising you didn't already know that.
We were waiting for your official call-in. We had seen information that the treaty had been signed, but we wanted to make sure that everything had been completed thoroughly. What were the conditions of the terms?
I'll relay them. Basically, 10,000 refugees get to settle. They won't be citizens for 10 years. That stuff.
Perfect. Vito kind of nods and he agrees, and he says, "Oh, that's good. They originally were saying that it would take 20 years, and we could only have half those refugees. Looks like your team accomplished quite a lot."
Well, we all pitched in, although Solon did a large amount of the work. Am I saying his name right? Solon?
Sona.
Sona. All right. Though Sona did a very much his lion's share of the work. Unfortunately, I can't call just to report progress. I'm also calling because I need to request extraction. My team has managed to capture a First Order pilot.
Understood. Please fill out a report on the incident as well for the extraction team. Will your team need to be pulled as well?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay. He's going to crunch some numbers, and basically in 5 hours there's going to be an extraction team arriving planet side. They give you coordinates. It's not a spaceport. It's just random out in the middle of like one of the not monster infested beaches.
Okay.
It'll still be the dead of night by the time they get there.
Okay, that's good. So, set that up. I'll inform the team while filling out the necessary bureaucracy paperwork.
Okay. I will find this curious, and I will redial the number that General Organa called me on last time.
Okay. So you check the number basically, and then you check to see how it came in. It actually does connect you back to the Resistance.
General Organa,
If
please.
you would, that's fine. If you would like to actually kind of check with it, because it might be tampered or somebody patched in and masked their number to appear like a resistance number, that would be a use computer check.
I look at my brother.
Yeah, I'll look at it.
Okay. So you call in and you ask for General Organa. Unfortunately, General Organa is away at the moment. She is tending to some refugee needs and preparing them for their assignments. Congratulations on your recent accomplishments on Mandalore, sir.
Jeremy should be checking if it's being tampered, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to roll right now on my computer's check. How many light side do we have?
By the way, it's going to be, you have 3 light right now. It's going to be a 3 difficulty challenge. Sorry, 4 difficulty challenge.
Oof. Then I will definitely use one of the light side to upgrade.
Okay.
That's the purple one, right? The 4 of?
Yes.
Yes, 4 purples, and one of your greens is now a yellow.
Well then.
Nim, you aren't
Australia-
really doing anything. Do you want to assist this and give him a boost?
Well, I thought I've been quiet because I thought I was off doing recon the whole time.
Okay.
Uh,
I
if you
am
want
going
me
to call you
do this-
to drive us.
Yeah,
I figured, like, in the 5 hours, I'm probably getting back at some point there. Do you just want to do that?
Yeah, I was going to say, you mainly do research about piloting routes and things like that, and you've come up with like 6 plans just in case. And you've got a pretty good idea on how to approach and everything like that, how to stay away from different sensory arrays or what you expect to be the sensory arrays, because you can't find any explicit blueprints of the base that you're going to, but you have a general idea now. When you arrive to the group, you're going to notice that Dayton is tampering with a communication device as Tiernan is trying to get in contact with General Organa.
trying.
Okay.
Decent with computers.
So if you wanted to, you could aid him in the computer check.
Okay, you can use my my attribute for it. It's 3 dice. It's 3 dice. That's the way helping works, right? If we just combine our skill roll and we take the better aspects. Yeah.
Yep.
So you have a higher skill than I do,
Yeah.
but I have a 3 intelligence.
All right, so then I'll re-roll that then. With the 2 okay.
Ah!
Yeah.
For difficulty's hard, dude.
It is. It's. I was gonna say that's the extreme one, if I remember right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's
No,
nothing.
it's daunting.
5 is the highest, and nothing goes higher than that.
I rolled better on my own.
4 is daunting. You kind of mess with it, and it shuts off the communication first off. As the hollow projector that you're using kind of shorts out mid conversation for Tiernan. And you're going to notice that as it shorts out, that there is a device that's inside there that, or not a device, an extra string of data that's inside there that is basically conferring all the information that passes over this somewhere else.
So we're connecting the right people, showing that we're connecting the right people, but someone else is watching.
You've been tapped.
All right, Danny, we're in trouble.
Tiernan, yes. Shit.
Well, the thing is shut off. So
Yeah, the comm is completely dead at this point.
yeah, I wouldn't have used your name at this point if whatever. Someone's been watching us.
Yeah.
Well, they know the extraction point. The question is, who's gonna come?
That's my worry. Let's
The
It's still
extraction
perfect
point was, to be fair, the extraction point was discussed on Kovacs's communications device.
I say to the
You should
Now
check
that
out
you
Kovac.
now that you know what to look for, if you want to check all your other comms devices, you can. The difficulty is only going to be a 3 to find the string of information that lets you know. Or sorry, 3 to disable, 2 to find it if you just want to see if the device has been tampered with.
Go for it, Jeremy.
All right. Should I, well, so should I just look for it, or should I just try to disable it?
I mean, look for it first.
Yeah, I'm
I was
gonna
gonna
look
say,
for
if
it
you,
first.
If you intend to disable it, it's the 3 is looking for it and disabling it all in one go. If you look for it first and then you disable, it's going to be 2 to find it, 1 to disable. So same thing.
Then just
Yeah.
disable it.
I'll look and disable it. I'll roll the 3.
Okay.
Well, I'm also not gonna be spending a light side point, so
And you guys could work together on that. So.
that's what I rolled.
Okay.
One,
You destroyed Kovacs's comms device as well.
I
but-
see
we met with Kovacs.
Are any of you gonna tell me about what's going on?
No,
I'm trying to figure out when
would've
we
just
met with Kovacs.
I assume that you guys were meeting up since Nim was helping you on this one,
Yeah,
and you were
I
going to
figured we
go
were
to an
too.
extraction
All right.
point.
So for the record, we extracted through the on the roof of the hotel, and I left 10 credits in the room.
Okay.
Yes,
You check Kovacs's gets destroyed in the process.
Tom. Yes, I
but it
do
seems
just
to be
grab it and check it.
It's like, what the hell are you doing?
Like, he grabs it, takes out a screwdriver, just pops the case off, and just starts jamming away. And then all of a sudden, sparks fly, and he goes, "Nope, not in this one." Throws it away.
So I didn't see one at all.
Mm-mm.
It's like, and Kovac's like, what the hell are you doing?
I grab mine. I check mine.
For the record, when you start screaming, just
By the way,
it's just-
Kovacs, you lost all your contacts.
God,
Oh, you son of a bitch!
no, not the twins.
I go to check mine. When he realized that he said not twins, I was like, oh, that's right. I make sure to back up my contacts.
You son of a bitch.
Hey man, do you know how hard it is to get a Hut's phone number?
Hmm.
Talking to a girl is easy. Get him to talk to a Hut. Come on.
Why are you doing this?
All right, that's on mine.
I'm whispering.
Just be quiet, fool.
I rolled
Okay,
2 successes plus 1 threat.
Okay. Yeah, since you backed up your information, it's not nearly as bad. You check your comms device. You're able to find it and blank your own communicator.
Yeah.
What's that threat do though?
He had to blank his communicator to be able to get past
got
it. What the threat's doing is something that you'll be aware. They're going to know when that listening device goes down. Which, I mean, to be fair, you're basically killing the listening devices one at a time for over the next like 20 minutes. So they're going to be like, okay, I guess they found it.
Wait, can we use mechanics instead to do like hardware?
It's software code.
Software.
Okay.
And it's better. I just happen to be one of the better ones at computers here. I'm just not that good.
Okay. The last one would be NIMS communicator, if you even bother to check it.
Yes, I do. Who knows what they?
Okay.
Probably be thankful
Same
when
thing.
you
I don't even think to back up his
So-
back up his contacts. I don't think he has contacts.
So you look at Nim's phone. As you open it up, it's got like a picture of like a baby, like fluffy creature from his home planet.
Yeah.
And as you're going through software, you can see like pictures of Nim with like random hollow celebrities. He's got like letters and stuff like that from different people around the universe of like all sorts of different ranks and things like that all seem to think he's their friend. Nim seems to know a lot of people for some reason.
And then his shit gets
Hold on.
blanked.
Whoa. If I would have noticed this ahead of time, that would change my opinion on what I'm going to do. Tell me this, right? When it comes to the people, do they look like they actually know him?
Oh yeah, there's like personal written letters to him on there from like dignitaries.
I'm going to now I'm going to back it up, but I'm going to back it up.
Okay. Yep. So you managed to find it. You wiped the phone and reset it and everything like that.
All right. Can we use one of the good comms to contact the resistance?
Yeah. Now that the comms are reset, you have 2 of them. You can go ahead and purchase new ones without really worrying too much about it.
I called the resistance on my brother's communicator, Dayton's communicator.
Okay. Once you call, you'll get in contact with just a regular comms guy again.
Hey, guy.
Hey, guy.
I need to speak with intelligence.
Do you have encryption keys?
I look at Kovacs.
I don't
Not
know.
anymore.
You want to tell me what the hell you're doing?
No.
Kovacs, not anymore.
Oh, right.
The really bad part is your shit was bugged. You had encryption keys before. Now the First Order has your encryption keys, and you need to alert them of that.
Okay. No one has told me that we're doing all this because we think our shit is bugged. So I have no
That is
idea
true.
what's going on.
I love that we keep our commander in the dark of all the nefarious shit we do. And as a
Whoa,
byproduct,
whoa.
we keep him in the dark
But
of the
no.
non-nefarious shit we do.
To be fair, it was by his own admittance that he did not want to be aware of our shit, of our nefarious shit.
But
We're doing is following orders.
1, fair enough. 2,
Okay.
I am both.
Well, to answer the question, Kovacs, your encryption keys were on basically a hardware device of a code cylinder that was implanted into your comm device.
It's now destroyed.
So since your comm device is destroyed, you don't have encryption keys anymore.
Okay, yeah, I got that. Like the thing I'm legitimately curious about, both in and out of character, is how did we figure out our stuff was bugged?
Irregularity of message traffic.
He figured something was up. He asked me to look at it. I found that it was bugged, so I checked everybody's.
You found out that they were not aware of the peace treaty signing. There was the fact that you got a personal message from Organa, and then Tiernan attempted to talk to Organa, who was gone off planet to help refugees. So she's actually been gone all day.
So I will.
Okay.
I'll say, is General Organa available?
I'm sorry, Mr. Do you have a last name, Tiernan?
No, it's a mononym.
Okay.
It's safer that way.
I'm sorry, Mr. Tiernan. General Organa is, again, off-planet, assisting with refugees in their assignments.
Anybody on this team, all of our comms have been bugged. Our operation is successful. However, we've been completely and utterly discovered. We have a resistance pilot that needs extraction.
Very well. Let me get you to resistance intelligence.
No.
Your commander is going to need a new key code. Does he have a new communication device?
No. That should not be handled over these devices anyway. We are... oh God, what's the term?
Compromised?
Yes, thank you. We are compromised completely. Because this is where my mind would go. I don't think that... what's his name? Solon?
Sona?
Soma.
Oh, thank you. I think Master Sona may have betrayed us.
Understood. It appears that you had a exfiltration team coming to these coordinates, and he'll bring up a map. Let's change those to, and he's going to put out a different set of coordinates, this time in like the northern sector of the planet, so completely different. But you know if the planet's being monitored from like a Star Destroyer, they're still going to see where they come in regardless.
Negative. Is there a moons in this system?
Yep, Mandalore has multiple moons, and 2 of them have atmospheres.
I will set it up either. How strong is Mandalore's magnetic field?
Don't know how to answer that question. So I'm going to say Earth-like, since a lot of shit in Star Wars is Earth-like.
Are there any gas giants in this system?
Yes.
Okay. I will negative. We'll do a space exchange over whatever the gas giant's North Pole is, as close to the planet as possible.
Okay.
That way their magnetic interferes with the sensors.
Okay.
What does he say?
Very well. And
Um,
he'll set a time with you as well.
are we clear to deal with Master the Jedi?
Negative. You'll need further evidence before pursuing that course of action.
Okay. The mission to deal with the other target is also compromised. However, my pilot believes. I'm sorry. Would Nim have told us that he's got that shit on lock?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nim would make sure his best friends know everything.
Yeah. Our pilot believes that he's found routes in and out, regardless of infiltration, that only he knows.
Negative. We're gonna pull you back for now. The mission for Barator will have to wait.
Understand. We will return then with the captive. Call off the extraction team.
Okay. You remember from your visions that the senator, Christ Visla, is laundering Mandalorian funds to basically sell arms and for personal profit. You know that would get him executed by Mandalorian law, but that also makes him a resistance fugitive.
What do you mean a resistance fugitive?
Because he's in league with Barator.
Okay.
He's technically part of Barator's ring and would be considered a target that you should probably. However, you can pursue turning him over to Mandalorian government or blackmailing him and try and get some profit on your own.
Okay.
All viable options.
Kovacs, can you come with me, please? Excuse me, Kovacs. Wait in the ship. Nim, my brother, and I have one last thing to take care of.
It's better be something I don't want to know about.
Hypothetically, let's say we're going to assassinate a senator. Would you want to know about that?
He's passed out drunk, so if you guys decide to pursue this, I'm not making you roll dick. You just do it.
Actually, wait a second.
They haven't explained to you that he's a criminal.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's like. So first of all,
you don't want to hear anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Also technically didn't tell you which senator.
Yeah,
And there's a couple.
That was my next question. I was like, would I want to know the hypothetical identity of this senator?
No.
Somehow I don't believe you.
You shouldn't. But in hypotheticalness, would you want to know? Do you want plausible deniability?
I have to figure out whether or not this will get me hanged.
Yes. I don't mince words. Stina just goes, yes.
Yep.
You do
Better to all
remember
hang together.
right? That's right. See, Nim's on the right path.
So Tiernan.
Hold on, Nim. This may be the first time I've actually responded to something you said.
You also said his name.
Yeah, and I said your name.
So,
Also, he said it as if he's understanding you.
Yeah.
something that you will know is if you go and assassinate him, the Mandalorian government will look at. If discovered, they will look at you as the criminal, and he will be in the clear.
I'm aware.
Okay.
We could also get on the side of the good side of Mandalorians.
Wait,
Get
why
him.
do you want to do that anyway?
Shut up, Bat. No one understands you. Hypothetically, do you want to know, Kovacs?
Alright. So trying to balance all the things in my head. Mostly, I don't want to die. And I'm not sure me not knowing about this will necessarily put me in the clear, because I am the commander of this mission, technically. So,
Also, killing a senator after signing a treaty might be a no-no.
yeah. So, I'm going to go with, yes, I think I want to know, because I feel like me not knowing will not help me.
Okay. So we are not killing an actual senator. We just need you to stay in the ship for a little bit while we do deal with something else then.
That was just a hypothetical. Who would actually
Yeah.
kill a senator?
I mean, that was just a hypothetical, man. Who's going to kill a senator? That'd be weird. Too high profile.
Okay.
So, also, Sona traveled with you guys, so if you're going to leave the planet, if you don't take him, he's staying planet side.
Okay.
I mean, he likes Mandalorians, right?
For what little it's worth, I am ordering you not to kill any senators.
Understood.
Hey, I told you, man. There's always the other way to do it.
Enslave them and send them to the huts.
I was gonna say,
50,000
hold
credits.
the gun to the butler and tell the butler to do it.
All right.
I also order you
or
not to sell anyone to slavery.
we could also bring up the crimes to the Mandalorians. We get on the good side of them, and
Well, the idea is to leave a folder of the crime stuff, which I got to go look for when we're there.
or we could
Now, see, that I'm okay with.
But then I'm going to kill him for committing the crimes.
That I'm less okay with.
As much as I'm okay with the
I'm
actual.
not talking about killing a senator, man.
So, here's the funny thing. If you turn over evidence to cops and then kill the person before the cops get to him, it still makes you a murderer.
Exactly.
Throwing that
Look.
out there.
All I'm trying to say is, look, man. I actually like some of these people down there. I'm trying not to get on their bad side. Can we at least for once, brother,
Are you trying to convince me not to kill a senator 3 seconds after you were trying to convince me to sell him into slavery?
Well,
Like-
sell a pilot into
Whoa,
slavery.
that's selling the
Totally
pilot.
different.
I still am perfectly okay with selling the pilot. The senator,
What? Why would you do that?
A
Not
different
you.
pilot.
Not
I was
you.
doing okay.
No. Whoa. You're my best friend, not you.
Ugh.
I wouldn't
Uh,
tell
Wait,
you.
Somebody said you're my best
wait
friend.
a minute. Wait a minute. Are you my brother? And I actually will check on this, an insight check or whatever it is in this system.
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna try to probe my mind.
No.
Damn it! I already had it prepared what you were gonna see.
Yeah, he's not faking it. He's your brother.
All right. Why do you all of a sudden like the bat?
He drives the ship.
That's not good enough.
I don't want to
Why do
drive
you
the
like
ship.
the bat?
Never said I did.
You just said he was your best friend.
Then I give you a look. Just a look. One of those looks that you know.
I get the feeling that Nim has stopped talking and he just has his mouth open smile now, which looks really weird on his dad face.
What's this look
I
mean?
get it. It's a look like We'll talk about it later. Look.
Should I be best friends with the bat too?
Hey, that's all you, man.
I'm waiting for a look.
I'll give you. I'll just look at you. Possibly.
Okay.
Kind of look.
All right.
This is the only thing that only brothers could do.
Okay. So here's plan 2. We could bring the senator back here with the bed and the board and all the shit that we did before, and just let him be found by housekeeping in the morning. with fire.
I'm okay
Why
with
don't we
that.
turn him over to the Resistance? They want him.
No, he's talking about the center.
No, that's kidnapping.
Yeah.
Look.
Hey, in for penny, in for pound. If we're kidnapping him, I'm killing him.
I'm. You know
I
what?
was going to say, to be fair, the Resistance could kidnap him and then present the case and argue to the Mandalore that he's a bigger criminal to the Resistance. And then they can work it out officially who gets to carry out punishment. But it all depends on the Resistance actually confessing to the fact that they kidnapped him.
Yeah, that puts a little too much strain on a newly minted treaty.
Let's just go to his house. How about we trust the brothers to do what they do best? Find the information, kidnap the son of a bitch, bring him to the bounty hunter.
Thank you.
Turn in the bounty, which in this case is not actually a bounty, but evidence in the body.
And then
and then they pay us for showing them the crime, because that's what real countries do.
As a team, you guys can teamwork this one, but it's a skullduggery chest.
Oh, I don't need anybody.
So,
like,
Chris,
no way,
based
guys.
upon my time spending with the Mandalorians, will they look favorably upon the us doing it this way?
If you turn him over to the Mandalorian government, yes.
Okay.
Present information and turn him over.
But if you have to turn him over alive,
Yes.
Yeah.
as in not kill him.
Yeah, I know.
Because the Mandalore ultimately will be the one to give him punishment.
Okay.
Alright.
What's my
Okay.
difficulty?
The only other acceptable means of justice is if his clan discovered him, then his clan killed him, and then presented his dead body and the evidence to the Mandalore.
What's the
Because the clan
difficulty on this, Chris?
Because the problem is if you turn him over to the Mandalore is going to then basically go through his whole clan and make sure that they're all still loyal, which isn't necessarily your problem. It's their problem.
So
However, if the clan realized that this person was no longer loyal, killed him, turned over all the evidence to the Mandalore, and then fully
Distance
cooperated with the Mandalore, it would garner them a little bit more viability.
So
when
we could try to get on the good side of one specific clan.
They would appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I'm a bounty hunter. What's
It's
the
always good
difficulty?
to have.
The whole mission is going to be one skullduggery test because I'm going to make it easy.
What's the difficulty, though?
It's going to be 3. Unless you're going to just kill random people in the hallways like his servants and stuff like that, in which case it'll be a 2.
Nah,
I have 3 cunning and 2 in the skill.
you have more than me.
Does anybody? Yeah, I'm gonna say I think I do this alone.
Yeah,
I was going to say, it is teamwork, but it's all your skill and your staff.
I will do, but I will be like I'll take like a height as like a sniper advantage and see if I can try to guide him through from what I can see through windows and all that.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that you're doing to help this. So
Can
you
I
successfully
offer?
get in there, and you're able to retrieve the information and drag him out. The threat, you're not going to know what happened with that until the following day. Are you going to just turn him over to like random Mandalorian guards in the city, or are you?
No, I'm gonna request an audience with Mandalore and just be like, there you go.
You want to do this very?
Okay.
You want to do it to the man.
It's going to be in the morning if that's the case. You've got an exfiltration in 5 hours.
Okay. I will. God damn it. Can I
Are
wake
you
up
going
the?
to try to demand?
I'm gonna be like, hey, can we speak to the Mandalore?
Yeah, your request is absolutely. You can have audience with him in the morning.
It's an emergency. We need him now.
What is the nature of your emergency?
It is referenced the treaty we signed yesterday. We got a new report on information that is coming in that needs the Mandalore's attention. Because of time zones and different planets' day and night cycles, this unfortunately needs to be dealt with now.
The guards will kind of look at each other and, is this an emergency?
Yes.
Okay. One of them will go inside, and the Mandalore will eventually wake up and come out. And he'll be in a series of undress because you woke him up.
Okay. I'm like, Mandalore, I apologize for the interruption. However, one of your high-ranking senators has caused an issue with our treaty.
Do you just drop the said senator in front of him?
Yes.
Okay. He looks at the unconscious senator and he says, that looks like Senator Vizsla.
Yeah. And then I hand him the data chip.
Okay.
Or a data slate.
Okay. He'll take the data slate and he'll start looking through it. And he says, there should be no reason that this should affect our treaty. Vizsla's actions appear to be of his own accord. I do not condone or was aware of his actions. He will be punished to the fullest extent of Mandalorian law.
I agree and understand. However, I believe this is important because the First Order came to force their will upon him. They infiltrated your planet. We need to be sure that these refugees will be safe.
Per the treaty, you have my word that my people will ensure their safety. I will set up patrols and begin checking our sector for any sort of any First Order activity.
There is
my
a night of
recommendation is to have the refugees wait a little longer. I will send communication to the Resistance when the sector is safe for them to be sent.
Also, for the record, in First Order intelligence knew of the treaty signing before we did, or before our own people did. They also have a Noten Renn in your sector.
Do you have any information on this knight?
I pretty much just tell him what the First Order guy said, and Kovacs will hear this now. I will flat out just tell them that I raped his mind, and this is what I got.
Okay. Do you tell him anything about Noten Renn?
Do I need to tell him anything about Noten Renn?
Probably nothing more than what the guy said about Noten Renn.
I was gonna say, he's a powerful warrior. He carries a heavy blaster that's got Cortos's plating on it.
It also has my name on it.
Yeah, I mean, I let them know that he's in the sector, that this is the look of the man they should, kill.
Okay.
I also tell them that Noten Renn is force sensitive and will most likely try to re-puppetize the Mandalorian people, like the Sith of the past.
Okay. The Mandalorian, traditional Mandalorian arrogance kind of puffs out his chest, and he says, my government will be made into no puppet, as every Mandalorian has ever said.
Very well. But then we must take our leave. The Jedi that was with us, do you know his location?
Sona has been invited to the clan home as a guest. He is most likely there.
Can you have one of your aides send him a message to meet us, and I give him a location, within the next 20 minutes?
Very well.
Thank you. It was a pleasure being on your planet. Unfortunately, due to the nature of what we've discovered, we must leave.
I understand.
And I will.
He says something that's kind of strange, because it's not really a normal greeting. It's in Mandalorian, and you've heard it before, or at least seen it written down. It loosely translates to "May your armor not fail," which basically is "See you later."
Okay.
It's a friendly way to say goodbye, essentially.
I will respond in kind and say "Oi, Mandalore," which is, if I'm not mistaken, "Long live Mandalore" or whatever, or "Obey." And
I will suggest to Kovacs that he order us to leave quickly. Kovacs.
Kovacs is processing the fact that
No,
you broke Geneva Code conventions.
I honestly, I love the. I would love to believe that him like just sitting there like, yep, yep, yep. Oh, what? Is actually part of how Kovacs operates. Because I remember you specifically said Kovacs is meant to be kind of lazy-ish.
Well, yeah, his area specialty is more schmoozing and happy and things
I love that we do all this great wet work for you, and then we just give you credit.
Like, what? Yes, sure, okay, that's
Look,
fine.
I don't need credit. I want credits.
I was gonna say Kovacs just wants a quiet assignment out in the middle of nowhere, so that he never has to do anything but can collect a fat government check.
Pretty much, yeah.
And
But
here
you
we
guys
are
keep
doing.
propelling his reputation forward.
And spending that government paycheck on his next 3 ex-wives.
Yeah. He zoned out because he was looking at a terminal trying to find the twins' address again. What?
Just keeps
Yes.
like flipping through this new communication device that has like it doesn't even have like security apps on it yet.
It's like, what? Yes, whatever they said. Affirmative.
Okay. Good job, Commander. Nim, you're an amazing pilot. We would never
Yes.
sell you. You are a friend.
Thank you.
Yes. Shut up, Bat. Let's go. God damn it, he was right 5 years ago. This is pretty fast to be good friends. Especially with bats.
Okay, so you all get on the ship and go to the exfiltration point. That's where this session is going to end. Episode 2 is a two-parter, so the next episode will be the actual start of the Dark War.
But we tried
this one
to
is setting
prevent
things up. What's that?
But we tried to prevent it.
I knew I should have killed the commander.
It's happening, bro.
I knew I should have killed that commander.
But we prevented it.
You tried to prevent it.
But we prevented it.
To be fair, we tried and failed to prevent it in true Star Wars fashion.
No, we think we succeeded, but we didn't.
True Star Wars fashion, like I said.
You know what's going to happen is we're going to dock with this person, and then there's going to be the Knight of Ren. And we're just
No,
going to
it's
be like,
not that terrible.
fuck.
All right, so from all of us here at Drop Dice, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and all that other fun jazz. As always, we will see you at the gaming table.
I hate you all.
Later.